All right, welcome back to Close Up. After a historic presidential primary here in New Hampshire, you got to spend at least a few minutes talking about it, right? I'm joined here this morning by GOP strategist Mike Dennehy, Steve Marchand on the Democratic side of things, and of course my partner at WMUR, John DeStaso, author of The Primary Source. So Mike, let's start with you. I mean, what's your biggest takeaway? This has been quite a ride.
It has been. You know, I've said for months now, two things were going to happen. First, the influence of the outsider candidates was going to be historical. Something we've never seen before, and it's happening still as we speak. The second thing is that the establishment was underestimating that same outside presence, and they don't know how to handle it. And that's the problem continuing to move forward. Donald Trump with a solid 30–35%, and the other establishment candidates not being able to figure it out. I think it was a great day for the primary, but for Republicans and the establishment in particular, the challenge continues. What do we do with Donald Trump?
And the same thing on the Democratic side, really, with a large degree with Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, and there, you know, one of the benefits Bernie had was the ability to consolidate all of that into one head-to-head contest. It allowed all that energy that said, for whether it's younger voters, frankly, if you look at his stats, this is not like the Gary Hart, Paul Tsongas, Bill Bradley, Barack Obama coalition exactly. He did really well in blue-collar communities. Hillary won in Manchester in 08. He beat her convincingly this week. Dover, Somersworth, these are towns that are part of the coalition for Hillary, or we thought. Not at all. Bernie won all those communities. In fact, one of her best communities was Hanover, a couple miles from the Vermont border. She lost that by 24 points to Obama in 08. She only lost it by 6 the other night. She actually outperformed wildly in towns like Hanover and a few others near the border. So we got to figure out this information, because there are unexpected results from this that obviously led to Bernie with a world of momentum heading into South Carolina.
Yeah, it kind of counters the statement that, oh, it's because we're in his backyard. I'm not buying that necessarily.
The data don't really bear that out.
Sure. So, I mean, we covered this thing trying to guess what was going to happen the whole time. And
well, on both sides, the establishment's last best hope was that people wouldn't show up and that these great machines, they questioned whether Trump and Bernie Sanders actually had ground games and the ability to bring people out. So much for that. I mean, the establishment on both sides were embarrassed. That was their one hope, to avoid embarrassment, and on both sides that didn't happen, and people turned out for Donald Trump. And obviously people turned out for Bernie Sanders.
The interesting thing about both Sanders and Trump, by the way, strength across all demographics.
Right.
Which I think did surprise. I mean, independents, Trump won. Republicans, Trump won. Young people, Trump won. Old people, Trump won. Same thing on the Democratic side. The strength is surprising, I think, still baffling to Republicans in the establishment. And that's, again, I go back to the problem that the establishment has right now.
Like I said, the question was, would all these people actually come out and pull the lever for Donald Trump? Or was it they were just there to see his shows, his rallies? Well, they came out and they pulled the lever, and the same thing happened on Bernie Sanders' side. So.
And I admit, I didn't think that they were going to the degree that the polls were reflecting. Well, credit both Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump for recognizing that this was a place and time, because Trump has been talking about running for president for, what, 25 years?
Right.
Sure. He sensed that this was the time where there was enough frustration to do it. Steve, was there anything from a strategic standpoint, though, that Hillary could have done differently?
Once the snowball got rolling, it was going to be very difficult to undo it, and I do think you could, in the last several days, they realized they needed to speak in more of a national way. Remember, she went to Flint, Michigan the last weekend? Kind of unusual on the surface, but she realized well before then. By then, she knew she was going to have to focus on, frankly, a lot of non-white voters in places like South Carolina, like Nevada, a lot of Super Tuesday on March 1st. For her to reestablish that dominance, and by no means, she is still the favorite to be the nominee. However, that's a little more precarious than it was a week ago. She's going to have to do really well with non-white voters, and obviously here in New Hampshire, that was not going to be a significant factor. So she was looking beyond New Hampshire even before primary day this week.
And Josh, you remember, right during her speech, her campaign manager put out a memo pretty much shrugging off New Hampshire and looking ahead to the, as he put it, the more diverse states. The memo was entitled March Matters by Robbie Mook, and Iowa and New Hampshire, you know, by inference, did not.
How important do you think it was, John? I mean, he's got a tough pathway forward, Ohio Governor John Kasich, but it was good to see that somebody who really worked hard here finished second. Yeah, it was only 16%, but second place is second place.
Right. Yeah, he did. There was a battle for second place. He won that battle clearly. He was here. He did more than 100 town halls. We like to think that the retail politics here still matters. And at least with Kasich, we can say, well, in his case, it did have an effect. Now, does he have any organization to move on with beyond here? But as far as the New Hampshire primary goes, that was good for the primary to see a guy like Kasich do well.
All right, now obviously the primary is over. We have a big Senate race here. The latest development this week, I want to get you guys' take on it, is Kelly Ayotte calling for Maggie Hassan to sign the People's Pledge, getting rid of the third-party money. We have a couple minutes to go. Steve, did this surprise you?
Not terribly. There's some precedent for it. You might recall in the Brown-Warren race, this came up in the Shaheen-Brown race.
Well, they invented it, more or less.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so there's going to be plenty of money rolling around, no matter what the source is, whether it's super PAC or a formal PAC or just to the candidates themselves. There's going to be plenty of money. This is a top-tier race. It's going to come down to the wire. It's hard to see anything other than that.
Sure. What's your take?
I'm not the least bit surprised. I think it was a smart move for Senator Ayotte. She clearly has more money in her campaign account than Governor Hassan does, and she'll continue to have more money. So I think that was the impetus of it, to try and take her money off the table. I just don't believe in the end it's going to happen. But,
sure. But I mean, you're talking about, go ahead.
I was just going to say, at the same time that Kelly was putting out the People's Pledge, the Hassan campaign was putting out a memo accusing her of the exact same thing, accusing her of being a tool of special interests. So I think, and it's from the primary, that is going to be a theme that had already been prevalent in the Senate race, and now after the results of the primary, I don't know if we're going to hear much other than special interests.
I would say the biggest issue in the Senate race is going to be how two politicians handle the outsider aspect that has overtaken the presidential
as a result of the primary.
I mean, look at it, and again, when I go back to how Bernie put together this dominant performance last week, it was with populations, with demographics that I would have lost money betting on 3 months ago. Blue-collar voters, non-college educated voters, they are very angry. The economy is changing for different groups of people. It is really causing some folks to fall behind, and that's not a partisan issue. This is happening on both sides. We saw it on Tuesday. Candidates should be wary, regardless of what race they're running in, to not heed the message in that regard that was sent out on Tuesday.
Don't forget, you're probably going to see a primary for Kelly. It might be token, but it might be less token than it otherwise would have been after Tuesday.
All right, well, we got to run. Who knows, maybe somebody else will jump into this Senate race figuring, you know, do the anti-establishment.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe somebody from the media, I don't know.
Not me, maybe you.
No, don't even start that rumor.
The face for it.
That's going to wrap up this edition of Close Up New Hampshire. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. We'll be back here next week. Until then, go Bruins, Celtics. Have a great weekend.